In sports, the difference between a championship win and a heartbreaking loss, or a safe game and a medical emergency, often comes down to a split-second decision. Coaches lack real-time data to make effective substitutions, relying instead on gut feelings, visual cues, and overall productions that miss the early, invisible signs of fatigue. This leads to athletes being left on the field too long, risking dizziness, fainting, or long-term injury. For example, while our friend here, Parth, right here, was in the middle of a soccer game, his teammate fainted while dribbling because of exhaustion. No one had seen any prior signs indicating he was about to faint, and because of this, he had to be rushed to the ER. Parth was inspired to invent a solution to this horrible problem, and fortunately, he acted quickly. I'm Yafet, and our team created Athletrix to solve this. Our goal was to build a system that aligns with national health priorities, keeping athletes safe through ethical, data-driven AI. By focusing strictly on physiological data rather than race or gender, we ensure that every substitution is based on science, not bias. We designed Athletrix to keep the coach in the loop, giving them the intelligence to make the final call. Athletrix isn't a one-size-fits-all. Whether it's basketball or football, the system adapts. Notice we don't just ask for a name, we ask for the player role. Is this player a leader, a scorer, an energy guy off the bench? Our system uses these tags to adjust how fatigue impacts performance.
I'm Parth, and I'll walk you through the technical core. Professional-grade biometric sensors are expensive, so for this prototype, we engineered a physiology engine to simulate realistic performance. We track 7 different biometrics, but the critical output is our fatigue score. The system understands position-specific physiology. For example, a football player might run more than a baseball player, or a soccer forward might run more than a goalkeeper. We visualize this data with real-time trend graphs. This allows a coach to see the trajectory. Is the player recovering during timeouts? Is their heart rate becoming more dangerous? Our AI is also context-aware and knows the limitations of certain players or certain types of players on the team. Based on this, it gives out its outputs. While the AI modifies its outputs depending on the player, it still doesn't have a bias against a certain category, for example, gender or age. The AI first has to get trained on a new player's style, then it modifies its outputs instead of classifying a new player based on past data. All of this data feeds into our assistant coach AI. This panel doesn't just display data, it makes decisions. It scans the bench for the freshest compatible substitute. It calculates the difference between the tired starter and the bench player to predict an efficiency upgrade. It turns raw data into a strategy in real time.
I'm Ryan, and I'll show you how we bridge the gap between digital data and the physical game. This is the camera autosync view. In a real deployment, this would overlay data on a live video feed. For example, in football, our camera tracks players and their actions, and then we give them a performance score from 1 to 100. Our camera can also track other game components, such as who has possession of the ball, the strategy that the other team is using, and the pace of the game. We've also programmed what we call the clutch gene. Our code includes a logic check for late game situations. If a player has a clutch attribute assigned in their profile, their stat ceilings are unlocked. While a normal player's performance caps at 100, a clutch player in their late game situations can spike to 110, simulating that adrenaline-fueled performance athletes describe as being in the zone. The value of Athletrix continues after the final whistle. We built a comprehensive report generator that processes the entire game's history to assign a letter grade from A+ through C-. We haven't just built a dashboard. Athletrix is a safety net for all athletes. Thank you.